Hopefully the microphone and everything is working fine. Did I put the right stream info up? I didn't even check. Yeah, okay, that's the right stream info. Yep, it's up and it's working. Alright, cool. So, because of procrastination, I've only got about an hour to kind of update you guys on some stuff, a little under an hour. But I've been only really playing at night when I don't really feel like or don't have the ability to have microphone on, so that's why I kind of wanted to spend a quick little time stopping and updating you guys and talking about what's been happening on the stream and what I've been working on. Most of the time when I've been streaming lately, it's been really late for me, so I've been just either playing to play or playing while I am on the phone with my friends, so usually I can't really have my microphone going, but now that I can, which I did play a little off stream, a very little bit off stream. I can't make that jump, I'm not good enough for that. But I played a little off stream yesterday because I wanted to play, but I didn't have enough time to actually stream. So what I ended up doing was just collecting a little more supplies. I ended up just doing some more dark oak and some more spruce since we were running kind of low on that. I just was like bone mealing it over there and bone mealing it up and cutting it down. I did that for a little bit yesterday, so I got a little bit more supplies going. And then I traded a bunch of stuff into villagers to heal all of my, to heal all of my armor and my tools and stuff in the moment. So yeah, so we've been doing a lot on stream. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of improvements. I haven't been talking much in a while since all of this stuff has been moving. Essentially what I'm trying to do is finish sections of the world at a time, which is why it's considered filling in the world for me. I'm trying to completely finish areas so that they're not ever needed to be changed or adjusted, like, because we have so many ideas and I have so many ways I can expand and so many other things to add in. I think slowly working on finishing it and moving outwards. Hey, welcome back, how are you doing? I think slowly finishing sections and then moving outwards is going to do really cool stuff for the world. So that's why we have all this decoration we started adding. I like the look of having a lot less visible lanterns. I like the look of having all the greenery and the pathways and all this. So pretty much we've completed an entire chunk of the world. The entire chunks that have all of this decoration are done. They are not going to be messed with. There's not, like, maybe I'll add some benches here and there or some extra stuff or things like that, but for the most part, this is, like, that is done, you know, that is what it's going to be, which is why I've been working really hard on the pathways and stuff, because then I can see what I have left to work with and to add. Thank you. I've been adding pathways and stuff to kind of see what I have to work with and to add more builds into. I'll have to finish that build. Just kind of seeing what I have for areas to decorate. Like, I can decorate this little chunk here. I can, I was actually just looking around yesterday when I was looking at everything and showing my roommate, which I'm just going to refer to him as my roommate because that's the best way to explain the situation. I was kind of figuring out the other spaces that I have that I could decorate. Like, I do know I have this space and this space I can decorate, but I have ideas for these, so right here I'm probably going to do some sort of merchant stand because that relates to the witch tower, like potions or mushrooms or something along that line of just like a merchant area that relates to the witch hut. And then I was going to do a well over here, which was actually his idea, but it makes sense because then it'd tie into both of these builds. And then finish decorating, and then I've also got to decorate this little platform area. There's so many things to add more decoration to. I've got to decorate this little segment now. I'm thinking maybe a little pond or something, but I don't know. I've got this whole section I've got to fill in and decorate. I've got to bring some more pathways over in that direction. I'm thinking I can decorate around the garden here, since the garden's completely enclosed now. There's complete pathways all the way around it, so I can actually decorate in there, I'm thinking. yeah, there's just a lot of little decoration areas we can do so that I can start kind of making the world a little bit more finished and a little bit more filled in. It's been kind of a like fast-paced thing for all of the decoration stuff that I've been doing. I haven't been like, I've been streaming muted for the most part and just really getting a bunch done like really late at night and streaming for hours at a time, so you didn't miss a ton of like talking and keeping up with things. And I am gonna do probably a world tour too to figure in some of the changes and everything, so you didn't miss that much. It's just been me being hyper productive at once because I got back into the world and I'm like actually genuinely wanting to play unlike the last, few months. So I was like all excited and just dove into everything and started doing a ton at once. Because I do want, there's like I was saying, I do have a lot of other projects I can do once I finish this, so I'm not that scared of finishing it. Like, I used to be very careful with what I did on these platforms because I wanted to be, always having something to do. But I think I'll always have something to do in this world regardless of whether that platform is finished or not. And there's still so much of it to finish anyways, so it's not going to be that much of a worry of me running out of things to do. I was worried I'd like run out of things to do and then the streams would get boring and that kind of never-ending mental spiral of not wanting to be too far along with any of it. But I really don't know. I don't think I'll ever be fully finished with it, but I don't think that I'll get to a point where I'm not having ideas anymore just because of how much I've been doing and how much I've been able to kind of add to it and think of new ideas. And there's so much extra space around here that I could work with and all kinds of stuff, so I don't think I'll run out of, granted I can say that and jinx myself, but I don't think I'll run out of ideas or things to do on stream and such. There's also always other games I can play and stuff, so there's a lot that can be done, there's a lot that can tie into it. So I've just been kind of giving in and doing all of that extra work and extra concepts now instead of ages down the road where I don't need to be wasting time not doing it. I don't know. I'm kind of losing my train of thought there because I'm so focused on this pathway. I'm just trying to finish it. Welcome, how are you doing? Let's just run this path here. Yeah, so I definitely have also been muted for streams just because I have very bad brain fizz, as I can best describe it, lately. Like, I genuinely don't have the ability or energy to keep up conversations or keep up talking while I'm trying to do all this building, so that's another thing. Like, as you just noticed, I'm really stumbling when I'm actually trying to do something else at the same time. I just don't, I don't know, my brain's like, no, we're not doing more than one thing at once, so that's the other reason I've been kind of muted here and there. Mainly it's just because there's a lot going on and I just, it's a lot to keep up with and a lot to keep updating y'all on, and I just want to play. I just want to have a way to kind of escape for a bit and do things that I enjoy. We have the aquarium over there that's slowly coming together. I know that's going to be a very long-term project because that is huge. I was actually talking about some of the plans for that. Yeah, of course I still remember you. I remember all my, I remember everyone that used to chat with me and everything. I was gonna say I remember all my viewers, but that just feels weird. Like, I remember all y'all because you used to talk with me and it was fun. I like it. I didn't stream for a long time, so it's cool to see people actually back around and like some new people joining in and everything else. It's cool to see the channel still kind of struggling, but going along. Yeah, the world has changed a bit. It's funny because a lot of this change has been in like the span of a week-ish. I've been working really hard with this last few streams. But we do have a couple of things that we have on the plans and board of thoughts and everything to get working on. And I was gonna put my lighter on. You were Quiet Kid, like Quiet Kid 00 something? It was Quiet Kid. You changed it to Quiet Friend after it was Quiet Kid, if I remember correctly. I could have sworn. I can be definitely wrong. Call me out if I'm wrong, genuinely. I don't mind. I don't have the best memory of specifics, but I always remember people that I'm chatting with and stuff. So yeah, so this is about a week of work of all this decoration. Yeah, I have the, I think that was actually my railway system over there. But there's a lot. We have the library, we have all of our barns. I could tell you guys some of the plans probably. I was actually just talking the last time I was on, not muted on stream, was I kind of want to do some like shrines and temples for deities and stuff, which sounds kind of weird, but hear me out. I'm very witchy and very into ancient deities and ancient mythology, so I really love that sort of stuff, and I think it would be cool to kind of integrate into the world. That would be cool too. I did start taking apart an ocean monument at some point, and I haven't finished doing that. I gotta finish taking that apart. The closest one's like about 300 or 400 blocks in that direction, I think. Actually more than that, but hundreds of blocks in that direction roughly. So I was thinking about doing some little temples and shrines in these open spaces here that pertain to the area. Like I was going to do a temple or a shrine for a deity related to livestock and farming right there, because of the fact that it's central to all of our livestock. I was going to actually go up in the air a little and do a wheat pixel art because of the fact that this is going to be our farming area. Same thing with I was going to do an emerald pixel art above the village area over there. I was definitely going to fill in these little areas, which I was just talking about. There's the posts over there for a llama stable area that I was going to finish. I've got to add a little bit of decor in there and a decorative build of some sort. Up on the hill up there, I'm thinking about doing something Greco-Roman kind of style, like ancient Greek, ancient Roman style. I'm thinking maybe a Colosseum or maybe like one of the big old school temples. I don't know yet, something that way, because that's kind of some of my favorite stuff. My dog over here, my dog in real life is Nick. She's over next to me. My cat's actually making the ruckus right now. Her name's Lucy. She's been very hyper since she's been having her toy around more. I don't know what I'm doing with this big space yet. It's still kind of up in the air. I know I still have to finish some finishing touches in the library. I know I still have to finish the aquarium, which is what I was going to talk about as well. Let's get into that. So this is going to be the aquarium, which I started building and haven't really talked about the plans for, but I was going to build an aquarium mainly because we have these axolotls in here, and I thought I wanted to kind of have something cool that I could do with them. So this is going to be a full-on aquarium build instead of just doing something. That's not a thing, not happening, thanks. So yeah, I was gonna do a full-on aquarium with a bunch of different stuff. We have a couple little display tanks started. We have the little display areas set up. I'm literally going to do like turtles and dolphins and fish and possibly even a little section with drowned, maybe. And then separate sections for each color axolotl and then some other added stuff. And it's going to be based off like a real life aquarium, so there's going to be like a little reception desk here for when you come in. There's going to be some seating here and there. There's going to be some windows. There's a little staircase here. Up here there's going to be, I'm thinking probably kind of the functional areas, like I'll put like a bathroom and like a little dining area or like restaurant set up. I don't remember what else I was going to do. Probably like a little gift shops type of thing somewhere up here. And then I'm also going to do a little balcony to look out over the water so that you can look out. I'm also going to do a lot more tanks and things in here, like glass areas and stuff in here. I just haven't done any yet. And then up here I'll probably do a couple little tanks and stuff, and then like a little kind of workers only area to shut off so I have less to decorate, and then another little balcony to look out over the water some more. I don't know, there's a lot to do. It's gonna have concrete as the walls just because I want to kind of break up the dark of the roof. And then the decorative areas between the walls and the posts, which I'll show you what I mean. Oh, this little section in here is, like, besides the windows and stuff, is going to have some trimming with darker oak or spruce so that it's a little bit less than just the plain white, or a little bit more than just the plain white. No worries, have a good rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, it's very late for you. I remember you had quite a different time zone. It's like ridiculously middle of the night when I'm usually streaming for you. I'm probably actually streaming early in your day when I usually stream lately, but it's also pretty late for me and I'm usually muted, so no worries. I hope you get some rest and thank you for stopping by. It was nice talking with y'all again. So yeah, so I gotta finish that. That's the board has kind of the main things that I want to focus on. I just keep getting sidetracked. Thank you. I just keep getting sidetracked by everything, so I mean, it'll be fairly easy to finish the library. I just haven't finished it yet. But yeah, there's a bunch that I gotta finish and a bunch that I want to add to. I just can't really focus on one thing at once. So on one thing at once. I would hope I could focus on one thing at once. I can't really focus on everything at once, so I end up just doing little things a lot. I do want to do like a nether portal build, something in here. Pretty much what I do is I just... Oi! For 8 hours of sleep, you'd think I'd be a little more rested. Pretty much what I've been doing and what I think I'm going to mostly do is just slowly build in more decorations, because I do like the fact that I'm slowly filling in and actually finishing off this segment of the world, especially on the map. It looks really cool when it's all finished, so it's really nice to see. I like seeing all the little like finished segments, and I think that'd be really cool to do. Because like I said, I also have ideas for on the hill, I have ideas for over in here, I have ideas for this well, no ideas for this segment, but I have space to build in this segment, so finishing all of these areas isn't going to be a big detriment to my overall play and my overall ability to add to things. I think it'll just make it look better. So I don't know. I gotta figure that out. I like that we've been adding in pathways. It helps bring everything together a little more. There's a lot of things I can add in the little areas between pathways and stuff now. I was actually thinking about doing a swimming pool build, because that used to be my favorite thing to do back when I was early playing, was to always do some sort of swimming pool build, like having a swimming pool and all the little like chairs and all the stuff you can build with it. So I was kind of debating doing a build like that, just as like kind of an homage to my old school play and how I like to play and like what I used to build all the time, similar to how we have the kitchen in there that I've built a billion times over in every single world I've ever done since I learned how to do it. The problem is I don't know where I would put it and whether it'd be like an outdoor pool or an indoor pool. I was thinking I could put one over here by the aquarium, but I don't know if I really want to do that. I was thinking about doing like a big statue or something. So I mean, I guess I could do it on this platform, but then in that case I don't know where I want to put it in relation to everything else. I guess I could actually put it closer. I could put it like here, so it's kind of a part of the house itself, you know? Like the house has a little pathway to go to the swimming pool type of thing. I could even do an underground swimming area, like because of that cave that we have back here that I was messing with. I could do an underground swimming area actually, because right back here out back of the house, which is kind of like the backyard, is this little cave area that I was messing with, so I could actually dig down in and make this like a swimming section. But I think I was just gonna make this like a lush cave type of setup where it's really decorated and pretty, and just do a little doorway. I was kind of gonna make it like I was almost tempted to make it like a hobbit hole, like actually wall it in normally, make it like a hobbit hole with some cool decorations and a little like house homey out atmosphere to it. The other thing I need to do that was also something that he suggested was to make a dog area, like a dog play area, because I don't have one yet. I used to make big buildings where I had like a bunch of dogs and then the outdoor play area for them, and I haven't built an outdoor play area for the dogs. I just have that one little room that's in the house. So I was thinking about doing that here probably. I'll probably fence off like from here over as a little fenced area and then do some decorative spaces for the dogs. I don't know. I might even do this whole section as a dog play area, to be honest, but then it'd be kind of in the way. Maybe even do this whole section instead. That would actually work better, would be doing this whole section, because I was going to do like a shrine or a temple here. So I actually could do a dog area in this section, which would be cool. And like I said, I was thinking maybe a swimming pool of some sort would be good, because that could fill in some more area, and it'd also be fun to decorate and use. I'd need more quartz, I think, for that, and some more concrete. Probably mostly concrete. Where's my wood? I'm kind of tempted to mark out some ideas. I'm thinking the swimming pool would be nice to do here. Do a rectangular area here. And I could even half patio it, so it's like half roofed or whatever. Do like a big one, because that would help take up some of this space here. I'm curious, that might be a good idea. I can't start new projects though until I've finished the old ones. Like the aquarium I will give myself some leeway on, and that'll probably be a very long-term build where it takes me quite a while to finish. But as far as like finishing the library and the little things that I can finish, I need to do those before I start another huge project for sure. I don't want to be doing a ton of huge projects at once. Otherwise none of them will ever get finished. So I could actually do a little bit more of the aquarium today. I went, one of the last times I was streaming, I went and I got a ton more sand over on a different part of the world, so that we have plenty of sand, and we have quite a decent bit of gravel already, so I can keep making a bunch of concrete. The only pain is that it's getting really annoying to make it from powder into concrete. There needs to be a better method for that. Let's just take the 4 stacks and see how we do. I need to just start wearing my elytra all the time, honestly. It's kind of annoying to keep having to change them on every time I do something. When I'm mostly just using them to fly around anyways, so I really should just keep them on. I could just like make the walls and then pour water on it, but I don't like that concept, so I've been doing it this way where I just fill it in a bunch and then mine it. But I don't know, there's got to be an easier way to do this. There probably is. There's probably plenty of easier ways to do most things by now. I'm not used to any of the new mechanics and the new farming methods and all that for everything, so I'm probably quite outdated in that. I just want to have some concrete. Something like that. Granted, we have decent efficiency on our pickaxe. I could set up a beacon so that I have haste as well, which would help even more with getting this done a little quicker. Because with this efficiency, it is pretty much instant break. Not quite instant break, but pretty close to instant break. So it's not that tedious, it's just annoying to have to place and break this to have it. And then I have to trade with the villagers a bunch to fix the pickaxe after the fact, so I don't know. There's definitely a better method for this, I'm sure. Watch there not be a better method. I'm just overestimating Minecraft, but I'd assume there's a better method to do this. Simply because there's a better method for most things, and there's a lot of changed mechanics and stuff. So as far as real life updates, there's not really any to add in for now. Y'all know that my relationships ended, and that's kind of the biggest news there will be or is for any immediate future. There's no, like, changes in that scenario. I don't have any money to have any better living situation, and I still don't have a vehicle, so I still don't have much ways to get out and do things. Once I have a vehicle again, it'll be really nice, because I'll definitely be able to, like, bring Nixie out more and get some more training going again and all that sort of stuff for her, because she definitely needs some training. She needs more training habits. She needs to work on her reactivity, and she can't really do that at home very much. So, I mean, we do, but it's not nearly the same to work on it at home as it is to work on it in the typical situations outside of the house. And I could literally just take her to, like, a parking lot or something and just sit in the parking lot with her for a while and do training and kind of get her used to seeing and hearing all the noises and distractions outside of the house, so that she feels a little more comfortable with it and is a little less reactive. But to do any of that, I need a transportation method. I need a vehicle. So it'll be a while, because I still don't have any updates on that. I've still been emailing the insurance about it repeatedly. I literally emailed them. They're probably getting quite tired of me, because I literally emailed them last week, I think, or early this week, and told them yet again, it's been another week, no one has reached out. I still do not have a vehicle. I am very stranded. It's been months. It's very frustrating, and I'm very much so close to just suing you guys for the fact that I've been waiting months for no reason. Like, so you need to contact someone, please, and I still haven't gotten any answer, so I'm sure they're kind of ticked and tired of me by now. Story of my life. But eventually I will have a vehicle and be able to do stuff like that, where I'm able to get out more and work on Nixie's training more. Speaking of things I need for this build, I needed to grab oak slabs for doing more of the walls up here. Yeah. It's crazy to me that, like, you guys are still around after me not streaming for months, and that I'm still able to grow the channel after not streaming for so long. Like, I didn't stream for absolute months, and the other night especially, last night especially, I think it was, the last stream especially, like, I get on and I've got 2 or 3 of you guys watching at once, and a couple new followers right at once, and it's crazy, and I appreciate it so much, and I appreciate, like, every little interaction. I really don't see any kind of monetary value in streaming. I do it because I enjoy doing it, and it's a way to kind of chat with people and, you know, get out of my comfort zone and keep improving my builds and all that stuff all at once. So there's a bunch of reasons that I stream, and it's nice to see it kind of come to fruition a little more and still see progress, unlike most other things where it can get really stagnant. Like, if I stopped doing YouTube for months at a time, which I have many times in my life, and I currently am on a very long break from my personal channel on YouTube, and I come back, it's not going to be like anyone interacting with it or anyone actually showing any time of day to my content and to my, like, existence, because YouTube's a really big platform, similar to how big Twitch is, and I don't know which one would be bigger, and there's a lot of factors in how people find your content or stay on your content or that sort of thing, I think I'd be more likely to lose followers from not streaming than I would be to lose followers for not uploading on, or to lose subscribers for not uploading on YouTube, because I think a lot of people are a little more meticulous and kind of up to date on their Twitch following than on their YouTube subscriptions. But that might be just my personal opinion and not an actual fact. I don't know, I still have around 50 something subscribers on my personal channel, I think, and the VODs channel has around 60 subscribers. I think I had 59 and then I lost a couple when I stopped uploading VODs for a while when I wasn't streaming to have any VODs to upload. So somewhere around there. We're actually getting really close to the goal for the multiplayer server, which is really cool. It'll be so fun to be able to have a multiplayer server and like play online with people more often. I don't know if anyone would be actually interested in playing with me on the server if I make a multiplayer server, or multiplayer world, not server. I don't know if anyone would actually be interested in playing with me, or if I'll actually have anyone that'll be on the world right away, but it'll still be an option. It'll still be something we do more consistently once I hit 50 followers on here. I think the VIP concept that it'll give me, I'll probably use for like some of our best contributors on the server, on the multiplayer server. Why do I keep saying server? On the world, the multiplayer world. When I get that going, I think that'll kind of be the setup, as like VIP on Twitch would be also kind of like VIP in the world and be contributing a lot or on the world a lot and that sort of thing. I don't know. I still have no clue how I'm going to set that up and how I want to do that. I can't really do cross-platform, I don't think, until I set up a Microsoft account attached to this. So it'll mostly be PS4. I don't know. I really don't know the mechanics of Minecraft Bedrock. I should know more considering I'm streaming it, but I really don't, and I don't know how to figure it out, so it'll be a while. I can't believe that was like 4 stacks of concrete and it didn't last very long at all. I mean, I guess I can believe it, but jeez. Ow. That was a tree. And that was a wall. Whatever, I'm just climbing up the normal way. Screw this, I'm using stairs. Screw flying, I'm using stairs. Alright, let's sleep real quick. I do have to get off around 3 p.m. my time. Jeez, like I said, you'd think I'd be better rested. Around 3 p.m. my time is when I have to get off because I have to go take Nixie to get some running in. It's normally Wednesdays that I do it, not Thursdays, but because of the weather yesterday, which was really rainy and yucky, I didn't end up bringing her out to run. So I'm going to today has a little bit of a change of plans so that she still gets some running time this week, although she will probably get running time this weekend too, because I'm supposed to be able to keep his vehicle while he goes off to do whatever this weekend. So I'm supposed to go to my dad's for some barbecue food and some just chilling out and getting out of the house a little. There we go. So she'll be coming with me if I have the vehicle and if I'm going out to my dad's, so hopefully that'll work out. I don't know yet. I think it's still being planned on, but then I'm also worried that it'll be another case of the last few times that I've planned to go somewhere when he's gone and he'll decide that he wants the vehicle last second or needs the vehicle last second for some reason or another, and then I'm stranded here without a vehicle still, so who knows. That's one of the very complex things of not dating someone that really doesn't care that much about your well-being in the first place, even when you are dating. So there's a lot to deal with lately as far as that goes. I'm kind of mad because I did go to sleep early last night so that I could try to get more than just the barely 6 hours of sleep I've been getting, because my sleep schedule has been pretty much I just stay up until like 4 in the morning, pretend to sleep for an hour, he goes off to work, and then I actually pass out for a while, and then I do the rest of my day stuff, and then start that process all over again. And I thought if I went to bed early last night, I'd get a decent amount of sleep so I wouldn't have to nap during the day today, and I'd have more time to do things, especially since I was planning on streaming and talking to you guys. And then it didn't work out that way. I ended up, I went to sleep at like 10 or so. For some reason, my body decided to be wide awake at 3 in the morning and would not go back to sleep. So I pretty much got the same amount of sleep I would get when I stay up late. Because the last few nights I stay up late, I end up going to bed around 2 or so. So I still got the same, like, few hours of sleep I was going to get. And then I still needed to nap because my brain still was like, I'm not ready to, and pass the hell out. So it didn't work out. The plan did not go the way that it was supposed to. So I was sleeping through most of my day, which sucks because I have a certain amount of time in the day where I'm home alone, and I can't really stream when I'm not home alone, so yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that'll change when I am able to figure out the logistics of having my own living scenario, but at the same time, it might be very, very different because of the fact that the most likely scenario of me having my own place is likely going to be either I buy land or a house, or I end up in one of my parents' houses or something, or I end up in a camper on my mom's land. So all of those scenarios end up with me having different setups and different ways of living and different routines, so it might even turn out that it's not working. It might even turn out that I don't have internet, or I don't have as much access to internet, or something like that. Like if I end up back in my dad's house, he doesn't have a working internet right now, so and even when his internet is working, it does not work to the standards that my internet does. Oh, I'm just placing back concrete. I'm stupid. Even if his internet was working, which I don't know if it will be or when it will be, it won't be up to the standards that the internet I have here is. I don't think I'd even realistically be able to stream with that internet. It's really bad. So, I don't know. It'd definitely be a very different situation when it comes to that. Hopefully I'd have notice before my life changes in that way to be able to talk to the stream about it and tell you guys hey, this is what the stream and the channel will be looking like for a while and that sort of thing, instead of just dropping off the face of the earth like I did last time. But in my defense, me dropping off the face of the earth after a 4-year relationship going completely sideways and ending, I think that's a little justified. I think most people, I think, would be in agreement that I get that little bit of time off after something like that. I think I needed that. Did it help that much? No. But did I deserve it? Probably, yeah. I think most people in my scenario would have done very similar, of just needing to get the hell off the face of the planet and not deal with anything with that much change happening at once. So, I don't know. I'd love to be able to have more money to do things and to save up for a place and that sort of thing, but that would involve trying to get a job that works with my disabilities, which is not easy and a pain because you have to do all the stupid, this is the stipulations of me working here and all that mess. And to also do that, I would need to have a way for Nixie to be watched attached because she can't be home alone for that long at once. So that's just a whole lot of complications at once. Or B, figure out more ways to make money from home, like working on the business idea I had, or working on finishing my books, or things like that. So it's just, it's a possibility. It's something that should be fairly easy, something easy in actual practice, and in trying to mesh it in with the rest of my schedule. So I don't know. We'll figure something out eventually, and by we I mean me. But it'd be really cool if there was a way to make this actually a monetary aspect of my life, but I don't think I will, because I think it would take away from the enjoyment of just chatting with you guys and having kind of a little community around this, and I think it would also take away a lot of the ability to have this as kind of a hobby and something that I enjoy. I think it would turn into something that's more of a chore than a hobby. Why did a bat end up in here? Multiple bats. What the heck? I think it would make it much less something that I enjoy and more something that I feel obligated to, which would make it very... I really should sleep in this. That's lightning, and that could really damage any of my builds. I could take out pretty much any of my big builds. My house, my aquarium, my library. Alright. Let's go back to house. I know bread isn't the best food in here, but I have so much of it in that chest I may as well use some. I'm gonna finish off this. It's pretty easy to finish off. Hey puppy dog, I know. You wanna come up on my lap and I don't have the space. I'm sorry. There we go, so that tower is finished at least. We're like 2/3 finished with the second floor, as far as filling in the walls. A lot of this will be given back to me because of the fact that I'll be doing windows and stuff in it, but I'd rather fill it all in and then cut out the windows than try to like map out the windows as I'm building it, because I could end up doing it differently depending on how the interior turns out and how my plans turn out. So I think I'd rather just do it this way and work with it type of thing. That's how I do it with most builds, is just kind of fill in the walls and then cut out windows where I need to. Although in the house I did end up doing windows first. In the library I ended up doing mostly non-windows because of the fact that I didn't need windows in it, but I don't know, I can't tell which method I like better, either cutting the windows out after the fact or planning for them. I think I like planning for them when I can, but in cases like this build where I don't know where I'm putting everything still, I really can't plan the windows yet, because I don't know where everything will be and how it'll all work out. I don't know enough to be able to plan for windows as well as everything else at once. Like, yeah, if I did walls to protect it, I could have planned the entire interior and planned out all of the, you know, segments and all the different things that are going to be in here, and then I could do the walls, and in that case I would be able to map for windows, but that would be pretty difficult. I don't think even in that case, I don't think I would be that prepared for windows. He also had a suggestion that I should do like an underwater tunnel or something to do part of this aquarium, or like a water exhibit, but I don't know. I don't know how I'd tie that in enough where like you could, you know, actually go to it from the aquarium. I mean, I guess maybe I could do like, you walk out a doorway into a little like yard, and then you can walk into the tunnel or something, like do the tunnel over here. I don't know, even then I can't think of it. I'm like trying to think of how that could work. I can't think of a way that would work. I do want to do some outdoor stuff that ties into the aquarium though, so it's not just one big building. The only basis I have for this aquarium is a semi good memory, not that great of a memory because I don't have that great of remembering things that I've experienced. So what I'm saying is that it's based off an experience I had. It's based off of the New England aquarium that I've been to like 3 or 4 times. In a way, it's not completely the same, obviously, but it's got a lot of basis in the same concepts. Since that's my only experience with aquariums, is that aquarium. So that's kind of why I have like the ideas I have for it, and how I want to have like an outdoor section, and how I want to have like some of the exhibits moving towards the outdoors and all that. I don't know, so I don't know how realistic it is to actual aquariums, since I haven't really experienced more than just that one aquarium, and the last time I've been to that aquarium was actually multiple years ago by now. I quite like that aquarium, but I haven't been there in a very long time, and it's just one out of, you know, dozens of ones that can exist, and dozens of different types of ones that exist. Well, that's the second floor filled in, I guess. This is going to be difficult because of the way that this is set up, because that looks ugly. I think the top floor might have it built in the framework, unlike the bottom floors, because I just don't think I can realistically make it one in with the way that I did the rest of the trimming. It'll probably look a bit out of place, but oh well. There we go. This is the last of the powder that I have on me, so we'll see if it's enough to make those top walls finished. And then we'll at least have a decent looking skeleton off in the distance. We may not have a completed build, but we'll have a decent looking skeleton. I think what I'll do with this build, with how I set it up, is that I will take it and do the things that are not specifically aquarium related. So like how I said I was going to do it like an actual attraction where it has like a bathroom and like a little restaurant and like a gift shop and the reception desk and all that sort of stuff. I'm gonna do those first, I think, so then I can figure out what I want to do for actual aquarium segments around it. So like down here there'll be the reception desk and like a couple different seating areas and that sort of thing. And I think up here I'll do bathrooms and a restaurant and seating areas and stuff. I was thinking the restaurant will be probably right here and the seating area will be here, and I'll put windows here. and then maybe bathrooms here, and do like all those sort of things first. And then from there I'll figure out what I want to do for different water areas and different exhibits and stuff, because then I'll know how to fill in better or adjust better. Let me back up. Is it not gonna let me back in? There we go. I might even make a lot of this upper section be windows instead of concrete, but like I said, I want to put the concrete in first and then I'll mine it out if I need to. Because having a lot of excess white concrete isn't that bad. I'll have it to be able to store and use for other projects. I might even do this whole thing as a glass, to be honest. And I think I'll do some sort of statue or something in the water over there. I could do like we were mentioning, when I do an ocean monument, I could build one over here in this big section of water, because I really don't know why there isn't one there. There's plenty of space for one, which I could use as a tie-in to the aquarium concept. I don't know. There's so many things I could do with this concept in this world, and this aquarium, and all the other things. Ow. The other thing I realized I was going to do that I haven't done yet is a blacksmith type build, where there's like a little blacksmith area with some blast furnaces and an incinerator for any garbage I want to get rid of, and an anvil and that sort of thing. I was gonna do a little build like that on that platform somewhere, and I still haven't. So I'll have to figure out a place to fit that. I might even be able to fit it like in these little segments here somewhere. I don't know yet. I have to figure out where I can fit it. I don't know. I do have to do some trading to fix that pickaxe soon. And also for the glass for the windows for that build, I think I'm gonna do white stained paints, which I don't think I can make these into white stained panes. I think they're just stuck as regular panes. I need to trade with the villagers for more glass. Actually, I can go see if they will do that right now. Just repeatedly smashing my head against everything, it's fine. It's like real life. To clarify, that's because I'm clumsy, not because I smash my head against things on purpose. I am just a clumsy person, not that much of a crazy person. Still a crazy person, just not that much. I've been trading with these guys for the lanterns and the glass every chance that I get. I also need to sit and use some of the bones to make bone meal, some sugarcane to make paper, so I can trade in some paper to them, so that I don't get these trades jacked up anytime soon in price, because I've been taking their entire stock of lanterns and glass for quite a while now, so they probably will be going up in price anytime soon. I need glass. I think I traded all the glass that I can. We're missing one. We weren't missing one that long ago when I was just trading. How did one manage to die? It shouldn't have been able to die. There's no way they can... Weird. I don't know how one would have managed to die off. Because we had all of them and now we don't. Strange. Anyways. I keep trading for glass because I've been using it in so many builds, and I prefer doing that over smelting sand because it gives me more XP and it helps me trade with the villagers more, which is a helpful concept since it helps keep giving them XP and giving me XP, and I don't know, I just like trading with the villagers. Okay, I like trading with them. I kept trying to find a way to roundabout justify it, and I'm like, I just do it because I like it. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know why I have this set up as a double that's attached to the same redstone feed, because it's actually kind of slows me down, because I can't spam it or else it won't properly grow each one. If I sit here and spam bone meal, it actually doesn't work as efficiently as doing this. Maybe I'll just do it this way. Another interesting life update, I guess, would be that I've actually been listening to a podcast pretty heavily. I don't usually listen to podcasts. They kind of annoy me and don't usually keep my attention because they're very long and drawn out, and usually the people are talking about things in a way that doesn't make sense or doesn't really actually tie into anything, in my opinion. So I just don't usually keep my attention on them very long. I'll try, and it just doesn't like actually focus me enough to listen to them long term. But I've actually been listening to one that I found clips of, and I started listening to the podcast itself, which I should have started back at episode 1, but I started where they are, which is quite far into it. They've been doing it for about 6 months or so now, I think, as an official, like, full-on podcast. So, anyways, it's called To Be Better. It's pretty cool. I quite like it. It has a lot to do with, like, because I'm dealing with such a big breakup for me, it's really interesting to learn about a lot of the concepts behind, like, relationship health and even your own, like, how your own faults play into things and how you have to be as a person to improve and keep bettering yourself and to, like, find a situation or a relationship where you are in a healthy standpoint, because pretty much all of the relationships I've ever had haven't been healthy, ever, and I'm not blaming the other person for that in any of those scenarios. I'm completely, like, I definitely have my own hand in that, and there's a lot of situations that I've learned from and that I shouldn't have done and that sort of thing. So, I don't know, it's just cool to learn about and it's cool to listen to. I like their personalities, I like listening to them. I've listened to, like, probably almost 20 hours of it by now. in how many I've listened to, and I still have quite a few more in my watch later to listen to on YouTube, and I still have to go back through and listen to the ones before I started listening that were already out, like the old episodes and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot to listen to. There's a lot to catch up on. I quite like it. I've been listening to it while I do work or while I'm doing other things around the house, so it's been interesting. I've also been working on a lot of self-help stuff, so, which is cringy to me. I don't like saying self-help stuff because I don't work in the way that most self-help things do. My main focus for self-help right now is working with my BPD and working with my trauma, so that's very different from most self-help where it's like manifest what you need and start doing all this X, Y, and Z to be the most productive you, and it's like, I don't need to do that right now. I need to not be an emotional wreck and completely held back by my trauma. Thanks. Like, I'll deal with all the actual positive and moving forward stuff after I can stop. Like, I gotta move to the present before I can move to the future, you know? I can't focus on the future when I'm too busy focused on the past. Like, I have to, and for most people, you have to move straight to focusing on the future. For me, I have to get myself to the point where I can focus even on the present, since I am so dissociated and brain fogged at all times that I'm not even here in the present most times. So I have to get myself to that stage, and then I can get to the stage where I'm like, okay, now I gotta focus on, you know, improving my future and looking forward and being able to kind of predict things and work on making the best situation for me in the future and like all that sort of stuff. I can work on that at some point when I'm not, you know, this stuck in this brain fogged and this like focused on my traumas. Like, even today I've been having a really hard time. I was doing a lot better the last week or so. I've been working on a lot of stuff mentally, and I've like started to realize a lot of like in my relationship, I beat myself up for a lot of how this relationship has gone and the way that it ended, and I still am so fixated on like, I really like this person and I wanted them to be in my life, and I'm so upset that it isn't happening and that like they're not wanting that, and that like he doesn't feel that way about me and that sort of thing, which gets me into a really bad mental spiral. So I get really fixated on that part. But even like lately I've been realizing like it hasn't been healthy for 4 years. So while I'm pissed at myself for wasting 4 years, I should also be pissed that it was 4 years that genuinely was wasted in a way. Like, yeah, there isn't a waste in liking other people and spending that time having positive things and experiences, and there are positive experiences over the 4 years that I've had that I wouldn't have had any other way. But at the same time, it was 4 years of toxicity and discomfort and me being suffocated that I should have paid more attention to, and I should have had more of a hand of not playing into in a way. So I'm kind of like pissed at myself and trying to work on like lightening that burden of feeling like everything's going wrong and it's the end of the world that relationship ended and all this stuff. And while I've been doing better with that, it still gets at me, obviously, because it's still like, it's been less than a month. It's been about a month, so it's a little hard to process still. Like, for example, I had these stupid little posts I used to do on his Instagram stories because he would literally never post me no matter how much I asked. So like, I had these stupid little posts that I would do on his stories when I had his, because he didn't care if I had his phone and vice versa. So like, whenever we were sitting together, I'd just take his phone and like post a photo of me with one of my favorite songs or something stupid, or like a little like emoji or a gif or something just dumb, and be like, hey, just got into your Instagram again. Like the stupid like 8th grade hacked type of concept, but just because I wanted to kind of be goofy and just do something, and because that was the only way I would get posted. And I had made it a highlight on his page so that I had access to it, because like when I was looking at from my phone, because I wanted to be able to like screenshot them or like remember that or something, because a lot of the photos I was posting were photos that only he had. Like there were photos I took of myself that I did not really like that much, and so I just sent them to him, but he would keep them. So anyways, it was just kind of like a memory thing, you know, of like me throughout the years, and I had that as a highlight on his page, and he actually finally removed that. It's still been there this whole time that we've been broken up, and it just got removed like today, I think. or one of the times this week, because the last time I was on his page was sometime early this week or something, just because he posted something, so I opened his page, because I'm still following him on everything and all that. So it just got removed. So me seeing it being gone today and realizing that, like, genuinely threw me for a loop, because I have borderline personality disorder. I have an extremely unhealthy attachment to people, especially people I've spent this long around, and I still have a really strong attachment to him, even though I still am very bitter and very hurt that he treated me really poorly and made me really miserable for so many years, and like knowingly put me through a lot of hell. I still am like, you know, I still like him and care about him or whatever. So it's just, it threw me for a loop. It's still throwing me for a loop. I'm very unstable emotionally today. It's just been a wreck. So it's just, it's still something that I have to work through. I think in a lot of ways I'd be a lot better off if I had my own place, or I could live on my own, because I would be able to process this a lot more healthfully. It's really hard right now when I'm still in the same living situation and still tied into him so much to be able to process the loss of him, because it's not a loss, you know? It's still someone that's there. It's still someone that's affording everything for the house and all that. So it's like, it's processing a loss without having that loss, so that's why my brain's also having a really hard time with it. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I'm still working on. There's a lot of stuff I still need to work on that's coming into play of, like, I need to, you know, get my stuff together and start having a little bit better of a situation in life, but, which is, most of the streams will probably be muted, so I won't be talking much about it, but there's a lot of stuff I'll be working on. Like, I have to work on, some more journaling and stuff. I want to work on reading more, because I've been sorting through my books and trying to read more. I have over 100 books that I'm trying to sell right now, which I've been posting it on my Instagram and everything, but for anybody that's into books, I have a book selling account through Pango Books, which is Pango. You can search it online or on the App Store, and you'll be able to find the app or the website for it. It's really cool. It's like a little thrift book type concept. And I have over 100 books listed on there. It's a lot. I'm trying to get rid of a bunch of books so that I can have more money for finishing off the series I've started collecting, and for donating to my local libraries and stuff like that. Instead of having hundreds of discards like I do right now, and like not just discards, but having hundreds of books like I do right now, I'm trying to like figure out which ones I actually do want to keep and which ones I want to let go of and that sort of thing. So as I'm slowly reading them, I'll be adding more. I'm trying to remember what the handle is on there for that. I'll actually look it up real quick. So, on Pango, when you are searching for someone that's selling, they have their own handle. So for me, it's Spoopy Bean Jacks, which is what I've had for like most of my things before I started doing Twitch. It was always Spoopy Bean Jacks or Spoopy Boy Jacks or something like that. So it's spooky but spelled with a P instead of a K, and then Bean and then Jacks. It's all one word. You can search it and that'll show you my little bookstore. And yeah, I have like 104 books listed right now, and most of them, I think, actually all of them are under $5, but a very vast majority of them are around $1 or $2. So there's a lot to be found on there. I also have discounts all the time. I think right now my discounts are 30% off on all orders, and $20 spent gets you free shipping. So there's that. I also have extra discounts, like an extra $1 or $5 off depending on how much you spend. But yeah, I always have discounts going. I really want to get rid of books. I genuinely just want to, you know, be able to offload, because they're all on a separate shelf now, the ones that are for sale. So I'd like to offload that shelf and be able to have less books to worry about. Maybe during the summertime, or actually maybe even during this time, I'll box them all up and bring them over to my dad's and do like a book sale or something. Advertise that I'm doing a book sale and see if I can get any local people to stop by for like a little book sale and get rid of some books. And in that case, they'd be sold a lot cheaper. They'd be $1 or less, just because I'd want to get rid of them then and there instead of having to transport them a bunch. But it's really cool. I don't have to handle any of the shipping besides I package them and ship them. But as far as like you order it and it'll calculate the shipping price and you pay for the shipping, and then in the book, unless you spend the over $20 to get free shipping, and then I go through and I package it and I bring it to the post office and they put the label on it, and then it gets shipped off to you, and it's really cool. I'm really mad because I've been trying to work my way through my books, and like half of my books are library discards and stuff, so I just grabbed them because they looked interesting, or books that I got off discounts of like big bunches of books at once. So now that I'm actually going through and trying to read them, I'm realizing that the majority of books that are like a decent handful of books that I have are in the middle of a series. Like I have a bunch of books that are just like the first book of a series or the third book of a series or stupid stuff like that, and it's so annoying because I want to read the book so bad because it sounds good, but I gotta find the rest of the series, or I gotta, you know, at least know where I can find it, either at the library or buying it, so that I know when I go to read it, I can read it all at once instead of having to try to remember it until I read the rest of the series, you know? Because I have an atrocious memory. There's no way that I can read the first book of a series and then ages down the road decide to find the rest of the books and try to read them and try to remember all of that I read in the first book. There's no way that would actually work. So I just need to... Did I just trade with everyone? Nope, this one. I was gonna say, I didn't think I traded with them all. So I need to be able to use some of those to get like the books for those series and things. There's one book that I really want to read, and that he wants to read as well, that I got as part of a series. It's like Obsidian Blade series or something, but I can't, it's part of a trilogy from what I can tell, and I can't actually find the rest of the trilogy very easily, even on Pango, which is usually really cheap. The other books of the series are like $5 a piece, which is insane for Pango. Pango usually is much cheaper, so I don't know if it's just a harder to find books series or what, but I gotta figure that out and find like the different pieces of series so I can finish those. I don't know, there's a lot I gotta figure out and finick with and find out with all the reading concepts. For now, I'm just reading ones that are one-offs and trying to decide after I read them if I'm gonna keep them or get rid of them, and then if I'm gonna get rid of them, I list them on Pango, and then if I'm gonna keep them, I add them to my shelf. I went through like 3 cubbies of books, and I'm down to 1 cubby of those books that I'm keeping, so a lot of the books are being gotten rid of just because they're not books that I would realistically read again or that I actually like that much, because I'm even reading the books if I don't like them. I'm genuinely like, I'll read a book and be like, I really hate this book, but I'm still gonna finish it because I want to have it as a book that I read and I can get rid of it if I need to. So a lot of the books I'm getting rid of just because I don't like them, didn't like them enough. So anyways, that was a ramble. I do have to get off. It's actually much later than I should have gotten off because I do have to get dressed and everything, and I have to do some work before I leave, so I have to get off. I appreciate everyone that has stopped by today. I will most likely be streaming muted later today as well, just because I usually do that when I'm on the phone with my friend. So I'll be on again soon, either later today or tomorrow. Muted or unmuted, I don't know yet. I appreciate everyone that stopped by. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Be sure to take care of yourselves, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!